Alrighty, guys, good afternoon to you all here. Happy August 20th, 2025. Hope you guys are doing well out there. And today is a special day, guys, for the platform and for the channel here. August 20th, we have hit 100K followers on TikTok today. Still working over on the YouTube channel, but I do appreciate you guys. If you do subscribe over there as well, as always, all links are in my bio for all of my other socials as well. But 100K today on TikTok. Just absolute tremendous support and love from you guys over the last 2 to 3 years. We've been grinding, we've been cranking. We've been doing everything we can to give you guys reliable weather coverage and updates when needed, and that will continue to happen for the rest of the time that I'm going to live on this planet. So I appreciate you guys for all the love and all the support. The weather team as well, working their butts off. I appreciate you guys, and I know you guys enjoy what they do in streams as well. So just wanted to go ahead and get that out to you guys today. We're going to do some streams today. We're going to do a weather update this afternoon here, and we're also going to do a game stream today. That way we can have a little bit of fun today. We do have an update here on what is going to be, once again, for the third time, a strengthening hurricane here. Hurricane Erin looking very, very impressive this morning. Well, based off of what it looked like yesterday, was not that impressive looking. And you can see a clear center eye wall as well as an eye popping out there. This is actually going to make a run at Category 3 hurricane status again today. It's been a Cat 2 for much of the evening and overnight hours. It almost dropped down to Cat 1 status last night, but has been in the re-strengthening process. The main effects here are going to be along the Outer Banks, where we could see tropical storm force winds of up to 60 to 70 miles per hour. Also, the threat for the storm surge up to 1 to 4 feet on the Outer Banks there, all the way up into Virginia Beach. And then we've also got the threat for those high waves, as we could be seeing waves of up to 100 feet out here into the central portions of the ocean here. Most of those waves won't reach ashore, but we're talking 25 to 30 feet, 25 to 30 feet waves up on the Outer Banks there. So that's why those mandatory evacuations were put in order a couple days ago. But Erin is going to start to move out pretty quickly here. By tomorrow, we're going to see this thing starting its northeast track, and then by Friday, Erin will be well out here out to sea, and then Saturday getting caught up in a subtropical jet stream, and then going to be way gone. So good news is as well, like I said, other than the Outer Banks and Virginia having major impacts, everybody else should have a pretty pleasant weekend. We're going to have a fall cold front going to be coming through as well at the end of this week as well, where we're going to see temps in the 40s and the 50s for overnight lows for some people across the Midwest, the Ohio Valley, and the Northeast, and temps going to be for highs in the 60s and 70s. So a very, very nice weekend coming. We're also going to give you guys an update on our next two areas that we are still watching here currently right now. The good thing is about our two areas behind Erin is they are forecasted to go out to sea as of right now. So we will probably see a little bit of a lull in action around the United States in terms of tropical systems coming our way. Probably when we get closer to September, October, as I've been mentioning in my live streams over the last couple of days, we'll start to have to watch the Central American gyro, the CAG, down in there in the Caribbean as well as in the Gulf, as we start to see closer to home systems toward that time of the year. So we'll be keeping you guys updated with all the latest tropics updates as well. Here's another view of Erin here this afternoon. Once again, Category 2 hurricane, almost a Cat 3. Once again, a beautiful eye wall here. And this storm is massive, massive, massive hurricane here. This is probably going to go down as one of the larger hurricanes that we've had on the East Coast in quite some time. So a very, very massive storm. Outer bands are already starting to work their way into the Outer Banks of North Carolina there, so we're going to be watching out for you guys there as well. We'll talk more about that on the stream today. But once again, just a massive, massive hurricane. You don't get storms that look like this too often, guys. Just blowing records out the water is what Erin is known for doing here as well. So we've also got Invest 99L. We'll talk about that here in just a minute. This is just west of the Cape Verde Islands, starting to get more and more organized here. Potentially now could be a tropical depression or tropical storm here in the next 2 to 5 days. So we'll keep you guys updated on Invest 99L. The good news is in the long term, this system is expected to basically fall apart. So it's going to be a fish storm, and then we'll talk about the other AOI behind this one as well. Just taking a broad view here at the Atlantic Ocean, we'll go to the Eastern Atlantic here, and you can see that Invest 99L is cranking here. We've got another tropical wave coming off as well that looks very organized. So we're going to continue to see these tropical waves that are pushing off as we go into peak hurricane season. And today actually starts, or not today, tomorrow actually starts the official peak of hurricane season, the 21st, all the way up into the rest of the month, so, and going into September and October. So we'll be keeping you guys updated on those areas there. Here's the latest National Hurricane Center forecast here for Erin. We'll click into Erin here just briefly. Peak storm surge once again up to 1 to 4 feet along the Outer Banks of South Carolina, North Carolina, all the way up into Sandy Hook there up into New Jersey. So we'll be keeping you guys updated with that. Make sure you're not on the beaches. Don't go knees deep if you're in. Rip currents and waves are going to be very, very dangerous. We've already seen fatalities and many, many, many swift water rescues over the last couple of days. So there's no need for that. Those numbers shouldn't be going up. We should be seeing those numbers at zero if people are listening, which is going to be an issue, but people just don't listen. So here's those tropical storm force winds. Barely looking at a chance of those. About 50 to 60 mile per hour winds could possibly hit the Outer Banks here of North Carolina and eastern portions of Virginia there. So we'll keep you guys updated with that. Most of those tropical storm force winds will be out to sea, though. And here's that latest hurricane cone. By next Monday, Erin will already be way out here as a subtropical storm. Going to stay a major hurricane through Thursday here. And then by Friday, we are pretty much about done with Erin, guys. We are finally going to get this system out of here. I am tired of talking about it. I know you guys are tired of talking about it. We'll keep you guys updated as always here. Tropical storm warnings on the Outer Banks of North Carolina up into portions of Virginia there, Eastern Virginia, Virginia Beach, and then Bermuda under tropical storm watches where we could see some winds over there in Bermuda. Here is the latest. Actually, let me go back here. Here's the latest on our last two AOIs. We do have a 60% chance of a tropical system depression or storm developing in the next 7 days here into the Leeward Islands. The good news is most of the GFS and European ensembles have this storm going out to sea, so we shouldn't have to worry about any United States impacts from this next wave. And we do now have a 40% chance of our little system down here that looks very well organized here, 99L. And eventually, as this system tracks west here, it's going to become very unfavorable for development over the next couple of days. So really, in reality, looking at both of these storms, they're going to fizzle out more than likely by the end of the week or go out to sea. Not expecting any United States impacts, not worried about the United States over the next 7 to 10 days. We'll start to look at September as we see new waves potentially start to come off the coast of Africa, and we'll also have to start to watch the CAG, the Central American Gyro, and down here into the Gulf as we go into the month of September. So rest assured, there's going to be a lot of people out there that are fear-mongering and sending out false information that we're going to get another system behind Erin. That's not per se. It's the water temperatures behind Erin are going to be a lot cooler because of all the upwelling that's been happening, as well as this system will be going out to sea, and we're going to have a nice cold front coming through going into next week here for most of the eastern half of the United States. So that'll be some good news. Just be mindful of what you guys see on social media because there's a lot of fear-mongering out there, and it's not okay. Here's the GFS ensembles here. Actually, sorry, this is the European ensembles. Here's our next system. Most of these models pretty much have a recurve. There's Erin going out to sea as well. So I'm not worried about it. You guys shouldn't be worried about it. If anything were to change, we'll keep you guys updated, but European ensembles agree on a recurve. GFS ensembles a little bit closer to the East Coast here. We'll have to watch, just like I said, just in case here, but most of them do agree on a recurve. And then we'll have to start to watch down here in the Central American Gyro toward the end of the month, where we could maybe start to see some tropical development down here into the Caribbean, as well as into the Gulf. So we'll be keeping you guys updated on the tropics, as always, not too worried about anything as of right now. And until we get a system that really gets going with that 60% zone, I think we're going to be fine. I'm not too worried about it. So we'll keep you guys updated on that. Here's the latest Storm Prediction Center severe weather risk for the next couple of days here as well. Marginal risk in 2 different areas today, back up here into Montana and as well as into North Dakota. We do have an isolated tornado risk up here in North Dakota this afternoon, wind and hail threat as well. We've also got a marginal risk back down here into Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, southern Tennessee, and portions of northwestern Georgia there for an isolated wind gust for winds up to 60 miles per hour. So if you're in both regions, very, very low in risk today. Tornado risk is very low up in the North Dakota area at 2%, wind threat at 15, or sorry, not 15, but wind at 5% for winds up to 60, and then the hail threat at 5% up to 1 to 2 inches in diameter up there for the north. We've also got a marginal risk for tomorrow as well. Minnesota here getting into eastern North Dakota, eastern South Dakota as well. Very, very weak chance at an isolated tornado, less than 2%, wind threat at 5, and hail threat at 5. And then we got to the day 3 outlook here, and another marginal risk again going into the day 3 forecast here. This will be for your Saturday as we go from basically UP, Michigan back down here into the plains here for wind, hail, and maybe a brief isolated tornado. So not a lot of severe weather going on, and we're going to talk about that global pattern because we got a lot of different things getting to happen here with our global pattern. High ridge dominating down here into the plains, little bit of bulk shear allowing for some severe weather here in spurts across down here in the southeast as well as into portions of the northern plains. There goes Erin. Erin is expected to go out to sea as forecasted. That's been the trend for the last couple of really days now as we've been talking about Erin. Erin's been forecasted to go out to sea. Once again, all these fearmongers and clickbait videos out there telling people that Erin's not going out to sea, but Erin is going out to sea. We're pretty much at that point where Erin's going out to sea. As we go into Friday and Saturday, we are going to have one of the largest cooldowns and fall previews that we have had in quite some time. Lots of colder air moving down here out of Canada. High pressure suppressed over here on the Rockies and into the West Coast. Very, very nice weekend in front of us here for portions of the eastern half of the United States here. So if you are in these temperatures that we're about to have here, enjoy it, enjoy it, enjoy it. It is going to be very relaxing, very refreshing. That'll last through much of next week here, and then we'll see that trough push out by the end of next week. Maybe start to see ridging develop here, but then we start to get toward the first week of September, and I'm watching for a very active potential jet stream to give us a return for significant severe weather, maybe as we go towards the first portion of September. A little ways out to kind of be, talking that far out. We're over 300 hours out on the models here, but we'll keep you guys updated. But this is definitely not a sign I want to see for severe weather chances going up. So we'll keep you guys updated on that as always. We'll talk about the 500 height anomalies here, or the temperature anomalies, I should say. give us an idea of what our temps are going to be here over the next couple of days here. And you can see the red and the oranges are the higher above average colors. The dark blue and the purples that you'll see coming up here toward the end of the week are going to be those below average temps. And look at this, guys. We could see temperatures up to 30 degrees below average for the Ohio Valley, the Midwest, the plains here. It is going to be such a relaxing weekend. No severe weather, no tropics really to worry about. It's going to be a very, very nice weekend. So get out there, enjoy it. I will be actually running a 5K on Saturday, so I'm super excited about that. But this is not something you see very often at the end of August. Usually we're talking excruciating hot temps, but we're getting fall at the end of August. So enjoy it, enjoy it, enjoy it. This is going to be in place for much of the United States. We could even be waking up to almost 35 to 40 degree below average temps down here into portions of western Oklahoma and Texas and into eastern New Mexico here, as well as eastern Colorado. We could have temps in the 30s and 40s for overnight lows as we go toward the beginning of next week, possibly down here. So that's just crazy. And then that'll eventually surge to the southeast, and then we'll see things warm back up again maybe as we go toward the first week of September. But boy, oh boy, is this going to be a refreshing, eventful weekend in front of us here. So we'll keep you guys updated with all of the latest tropics here. Like I said, Erin will be out to sea in the next 48 to 72 hours. We'll have a live update today as well here for you guys this afternoon. Other than that, guys, once again, I appreciate all the love, all the support, and we will continue to crush milestones and continue to grow the platform as always. Thank you guys. I love y'all, and we'll see you guys in the next one.